I'm Richard Morrison, Head of Commercial Operations here at Museums Victoria, a role that includes overseeing a brand that I've worked with here in Australia for 25 years, IMAX, one I'm very passionate about. The reason I'm up here tonight, interrupting your show, is to highlight what some of you in the audience already know, and that is this session of June, part 2, is the last IMAX 1570 film presentation for our technical manager, David Booty. After 36 years of sterling IMAX service, David will be retiring at the end of this month, and this is therefore his final fling with IMAX 1570 film, a system that he installed here at IMAX Melbourne back in when the theatre was open in May 1998. Dave actually started his IMAX career 10 years prior to that, in 1988, becoming a projectionist at Dreamworld, the site of the very first IMAX installation in Australia. And in 1997 he left Dreamworld to work with Entertainment Services, a company that had the IMAX system install and maintenance contract for the Asia Pacific region. Thus he worked all over the Southern Hemisphere installing and maintaining IMAX systems before returning to a more permanent Brisbane location where he installed the IMAX Brisbane Theatre in 1999 and stayed on as the head projectionist there. That's where my path first crossed with Dave when I started in IMAX in Brisbane back in 1999. And in 2002 we ended up moving down together to IMAX Melbourne to run the theatre in the booth here. Thus 2024 marks 25 years that I've worked together with Dave, which is longer than my marriage. And feels like it. Dave's knowledge of IMAX technology is unrivaled. His work here at IMAX Melbourne, including taking care of our film system, has brought countless memorable cinema experiences to literally millions of people. But he was also integral with the work undertaken in our transition from film projection to digital projection. We travelled to the UK and the USA as part of the due diligence ahead of our 2015 install of IMAX's dual 4K laser projection system, a system at the time that was cutting edge, using laser light engine to light the screen rather than xenon lamps. And Dave helped install, set up and effectively bug test, which was a completely new to the world technology, with IMAX Melbourne becoming the 5th IMAX theatre in the world to have that technology installed, the first outside North America, and the first laser system of any kind in Australia. But to install that system, we needed to remove and decommission the film projector system and the real units from the booth. But never thinking that this would be the end of film here, we retained ownership of the film system and put it into storage just in case. That just in case came 2 years later in 2017 when IMAX Corporation reached out to us asking us, do we still have that film projector system and would we consider reinstalling it for Chris Nolan's upcoming release of Dunkirk? You bet we would, we said. But if it goes back in, it needed to stay back in, and Dave was charged with overseeing how we could make that happen with the laser system in the booth as well. The resulting side-by-side install of the film system and the laser system is one of only 3 in existence in that configuration, and Dave's integration of the 2 systems has allowed us unrivaled programming flexibility that is the envy around the world. Dave's experience, knowledge and skill means that IMAX Corporation regularly reach out to seek his technical advice, and his procedures and protocols are adopted around the world as best practice. As a measure of how highly regarded is Dave's technical prowess with the IMAX system is, in 2018 he was presented with the Chief Quality Office Award of Distinction for supporting presentation excellence in IMAX theatres. And the year before Dave, in 2017, the recipient of that award went to none other than Chris Nolan. There's no doubt in my mind that Dave has made an incredible contribution to IMAX Melbourne and IMAX as a brand generally over what has been a stellar career, but I still believe his finest achievement was teaching me how to lace up and run the film projector over COVID. What a mission that was. Dave, it's been a hell of a journey across these last 25 years. You started as a colleague and you're a bit of a pain in the arse at that to start with. You became less of a pain in the arse and then you became a great friend and a brother. IMAX Melbourne has continuously evolved and grown to become something I know everyone who works here is incredibly proud of, and you, my friend, have been integral to its success. I love you, we love you, we'll miss you greatly. Thank you for everything, mate. And I've got my parting words to you, my final parting words to you before we get the show on the road. Please don't stuff up your last screening. So folks, please join me in giving Dave a fitting round of applause to see us into the screening of June Part 2.